Hello students, in the chapter Money and Credit, we have already studied about the concept of money. Now we will discuss about credit, that is loan. Now you may have many questions like what do banks do with the money we deposit and how they manage to gain from it. So we'll discuss about the whole process of banking in this video. First, depositors deposit money in the bank. Now, who are depositors? Depositors are the people who deposit money. Banks in return gives interest on the deposited amount. That is, whenever you'll go to withdraw your money, at that time, along with your deposited amount, bank will also pay some interest on that amount. Now, the question will arise that in giving interest, how bank will be benefited. I'll tell you how. Whenever people are in need of money, they go to bank to borrow money. Bank will provide them loan from the amount which the depositors have deposited. Bank will charge interest on the loan given to borrowers. So in this way, banks mediate between those who have surplus funds and those who are in need of these funds. Banks charge a higher interest rate on loans than what they offer on deposits. And the difference between what is charged from the borrowers and what is paid to depositors is their main source of income. With this, it is clear how banks earn from the money deposited by the depositors. Now, one more question will arise that if bank will provide the deposits as a loan to the borrower, then what will happen if need arises and a depositor comes to bank to withdraw money? The answer is, first of all, it is not necessary that depositor will demand his full amount at a time. Secondly, bank does not have only one depositor. There are many, and they all will not go together to withdraw money. Next, a small proportion of deposits is kept as cash by banks so that bank is able to pay the depositors who might come to withdraw money from the bank on any given day. As we have already discussed that only some of its many depositors come to withdraw cash, so the bank is able to manage with this cash. With the income earned by the banks, they run their day-to-day activities. They also invest in projects and earn more income. Lending activities of banks plays a very play a very important role in national development. That is, if borrowers will get the required amount from the bank, they will be able to start their own industry, and with that, our country's gross domestic product will grow and will lead to national development. So we can conclude that banks provide advantages to many, like banks give interest to depositors, and with that, depositors are able to earn extra income. Then banks give loans to the borrowers so that they can continue their work without any obstacle, and with and all this process also leads to national development. Now I'll start the topic two different credit situation. In this we will see how credit can give different results in different situations. Credit or loan is one and the same thing. Credit refers to an agreement in which the lender supplies the borrower with money, goods, or services in return for the promise of future payment. Like the retailers purchase goods from the wholesaler on credit with the promise to pay the amount in future. Now we'll see how credit plays two different roles. In first situation, credit plays a vital and positive role. We can understand this with the help of an example given in your textbook, where Salim, a shoe manufacturer, receives an order from a large trader. Now, in order to complete production on time, he has to hire more workers and has to purchase the raw materials. So, in order to achieve the target, he obtains loans from two sources. First, he purchases leather from the supplier on credit and promises to pay him later. Second, he takes advance payment from the large trader with the promise to deliver the whole order by the end of the month. Then, after completing the target, he sold the manufactured shoes and paid off his credit, and along with that he also earned profit. That is, along with covering the cost, he also earned extra income. In second situation, credit pushes the borrower into a situation from which recovery is very painful. To make you understand this concept, again I'll take the example given in your textbook, where Swapna, a small farmer, takes a loan from the money lender to meet the expenses of cultivation with a hope to repay the loan in future. But unfortunately, the crop is hit by pests and fails. Now Swapna is unable to repay the loan and falls under debt trap. Next year, again she takes a fresh loan. This time it is a normal crop, but the earnings are not enough to cover the old loan. And because of this, she has to sell a part of the land to pay off the debt. Now, debt trap here is a situation in which a debt is difficult or impossible to repay, typically because high interest payments prevent repayment of the principal. So credit plays positive role when risk factor is less, like in case of Salim, and if risk factor is high, then credit would not prove to be useful.